Greetings, not productive. My name is Bryan and I'm here to make gaming videos because I hear you eat that shit up like pomegranates. If pomegranates were easier to eat. With that being said, here's a look at the good, the bad, and the just plain ugly of Bioshock Infinite, Burial at Sea. We'll start with the good. Right off the bat, let me just say, it feels good to be back in Rapture. Seeing Andrew Ryan's dystopia before it went to hell is just awesome. Everything is fresh and alive. You really get the sense of paradise that this city was meant to be. Number 2, the visuals. There are all sorts of pretty things to look at here, and the graphics definitely complement them. Maybe it's just me, but I felt like this reimagined Rapture was more pleasing to the eyes than Columbia. Number 3, plasmids. Aside from combat, there's a new side to their usage that was only touched on in the original Bioshock. They were practical to everyday life. Booker lighting a cigarette by snapping his fingers, the waiter teleporting about serving drinks. It was just cool to look at. Number 4, the new Elizabeth. Make no mistake, this is not the same girl you knew in the main game. Well, not really anyway. Gone is the happy and hopeful Liz we've come to love. Instead, we are greeted by a very determined and very intelligible Elizabeth. It's made pretty clear right from the start that she knows more about what's going on here than you do, and it was fun to inquire just what was going on in that head of hers. Number 5, the return of Sander Cohen. Remember that crazy artiste from the first Bioshock? Well, he's back and batshit as ever. The party he's hosting is fucking creepy, only matched by his appearance and personality. Overall, this was a nice nod to the original game. But of course, it's not all wonderful under the sea. Now let's transition to the not-so-good bits of this add-on. Number 1, ammunition, or rather the lack thereof. You will constantly be on the hunt for this stuff throughout Burial at Sea. I imagine the intent here was to cause a sense of vulnerability, but it just comes off as annoying. Numero 2, the skyhook, or air grabber as it was called. This tool worked really well in the main game, but here it just seems out of place. I know they wanted to link the stories of Columbia and Rapture, but it just felt clunky and not very useful. Number 3, the length of the game. Even taking the time to search for every goodie tucked away in the nooks and crannies of Rapture, I still managed to blast through this in a span of 2 hours. This was kind of disappointing, but again, it is only DLC. Number 4, what? Burial at Sea was incredibly confusing. The ending of Infinite was hard enough on the brain as it was, and this DLC doesn't do it any favors. And finally, number 5, the price tag. For $15, there just isn't enough here to justify the cost. In fact, you're a damn fool if you purchase Episode 1 on its own. From the sounds of it, Episode 2 looks promising, and I did enjoy my time in the first edition. Unless you're a die-hard fan of the series, I wouldn't waste your time with Burial at Sea. But if you're like me and just can't get enough, it's definitely worth buying the Season Pass. And thus concludes my review. Be sure to let me know how I did, and feel free to stop by my channel if you want to see more of my content. Until then, farewell.